again. 621 358. Okay. Hello folks, this is the first live in the series of Earthlings Arise. The first title is The USSR was never Russia, nor the Soviet Union. Indeed, USSR was synonym for Ukraine. So it was a Ukrainian Soviet Socialistic Republic that was mentioned as USSR. So whenever we watched football or other sports, Olympic Games and other competitions in the 70s and 80s, we were fooled because it was always USSR against Poland, USSR against Western Germany, USSR against USA. Remember that big final is 72, basket final, USSR against USA, and USA lost for the first time Olympic Games in that year. So it was not against the Soviet Union and especially not against Russia, it was against Ukraine. It's not astonishing because when the Soviet Union was founded, it was like a fusion of 5 bigger socialistic Soviet republics, Kazakhstan being one, Russia, the Russian Federation, of course, Ukraine, then 2 smaller ones, and then 11 even smaller ones. There was one of the other big ones was Belarus, and then there was another one a bit smaller, and then 11 smaller. And USSR was thus not Soviet Union, not Russia, it was Ukraine. So we were in the Cold War against Ukraine, not against Russia or the Soviet Union. That's a very, very clever trick of perception management, because now everything turned around in 2022. So now we're helping the former USSR against the Russian Federation, against the former Soviet Union minus USSR. So basically, we are supporting Ukraine, which was by then, in the 70s, 80s, the highlight of the Cold War. Not astonishing, because all the nuclear weapons were basically stationed in the USSR, so in Ukraine, near Odessa, near Kiev, near Lviv, near the Black Sea, and so on, because it was very fertile ground. So there was a lot of Ukrainian soldiers who defended and protected the silos with the nuclear warheads. All the energy, electricity, gas, water was and is still based in Ukraine. Tourism was very, very, very high centered around the Black Sea and Kiev roof area, which belonged to Poland before World War II and even before it belonged to Austria-Hungary. So people who are not aware of the history, they're not aware of this big swindle. That's the purpose, and that was the purpose of my first article. But now, of course, we are defending the former USSR, but it doesn't matter that the things are what they are now. But remember, Russia is now your enemy, but it wasn't your enemy during the Cold War. Ukraine was. The Soviet Union, maybe, but it was never mentioned. And they fooled us in a very clever way, because they say USSR against USA in the sports, but then when they mentioned, especially on TV, the Cyrillic alphabet, you saw CCCP. CCCP means in our alphabet SSSR. So it means the Soyuz of Socialistic Soviet Republics. Soyuz being the Soviet Union. Of course, you can translate Soyuz into Union, but you can't say USSR is the Union of Socialistic Soviet Republic, meaning Soviet Union, and is also Ukraine. It's one or the other. So they fooled us, because it was SSSR against USA, not USSR. And if it was USSR, then the USA was playing against Ukraine, not against Russia, not against the Soviet Union. And in football, it was visible, because in the 70s, Dynamo Kiev was the highlight of the so-called USSR. It was Ukrainian. So the Soviet Union football team didn't exist. It was Dynamo Kiev, basically Ukrainian team, that was filled up with a few reserves from Spartak Moscow, maybe, or from Leningrad, or maybe from other Ukrainian teams. So it's a very clever trick, a very clever swindle, and it might seem very light to you, but it's not. So keep in touch, because we're gonna going higher up the big swindles in this society. And next time it won't be about Ukraine, it will be about another topic. So leave your remarks. This live will be shut down, but of course, you still can watch all of this video whenever you want, wherever you are. Bye for now, and stay tuned. Bye.